Yo, what's going on, everybody? And once again, this is Mr. Spann, and this is Life as I See It here on Spann TV. Thank you for checking me out yet again. And today, I'm going to talk about there's this one guy here in Michigan, Kent County, Michigan, who's gone to jail for up to I think they gave him 23 to 48 months prison time for back child support. This man owes over $500,000 in back child support. Not only that, this man has 23 children by 14 different women. And most of this story is pretty much laying a lot of blame at the feet of this individual, and rightfully so. I mean, he's been very irresponsible in his reproductive habits. And having 23 kids by 14 different women, I mean, like, no protection at all. I mean, he's real reckless in his sexual behaviors. But what I'm going to focus on in this particular video is not so much the fact that he had 23 kids by 14 different women. I want to know what's going on in the heads of the women that had babies by this man. How do you get to be the 14th baby mama? I don't understand that dynamic. Like, do you not, try to figure out what's going on with this person before you lay down with them? Do you not find out how many kids this person has before you lay down with them? You are the 14th, 13th, 12th, 11th, 10th. Anyone after like the second baby mama, you look like a fucking fool. You really do. You look really foolish to have a baby by this man. And I'm pretty sure at some point in time you learned that he wasn't taking care of the children that he had, and eventually he's not going to take care of the children that he's conceived with you. There's a couple women that had multiple children by this man. I mean, one woman has four. They said his latest girlfriend, she had 4 of his kids. There was another woman who had an 11-year-old and a 16-year-old child with this man. And after she had the 16-year-old child, why would you have another child with this man 5 years later if he's done nothing for the first child? What were you thinking? And all of these women have gone to the courts. All of these women want to collect on child support that they will probably never get. And they should blame themselves in the sense that this man had no means to take care of the children that he already had before the children he made with you. And you should have known that he would not have been able to take care of you or those children financially if he can barely take care of what he already has. Where does the personal responsibility bear for the women laying up having babies with bums such as him? Howard Veal is his name. That's his name. 23 kids, 14 women. At one point, for 10 years in a row, this man had a woman pregnant. 10 different women in a 10-year span, he had someone pregnant. We lay a lot of blame at the feet of some of these men, and rightfully so. I've done it myself personally to my own sperm donor. So I know that there are instances where men just aren't stepping up to the plate, doing what they're supposed to do. But when you become the 14th, 13th, 12th, 11th, 10th, 9th, 8th, 7th, 6th, 5th, the 4th, when you're that low in the totem pole when it comes to baby mamas, you have to take up some self-evaluations yourself. You're number 14, 12. This man has 22, 20, 24. 20, I mean, how many kids does he have to have before you decide, well, maybe I don't want to mess with him? Maybe that might not be the right thing for me to be doing, is to be laying down with this man, having unprotected sex with this man, knowing there's a possibility that I can get pregnant and he won't be able to do anything for me or for that child. This man has paid less than $90, $90 on the $500,000 in child supports that he owes. And again, even though you don't want to lay blame at, you know, some of the quote unquote victims, like the children and all of this, you know, I don't blame the children at all. They didn't ask to be here. They didn't ask who their parents were. But I do lay some of the blame at the feet of the women that chose to lay down with that bum and make babies with him, and then look for the courts to enforce that he take care of children that they should have already known he had no means of doing. They know this. How can he take care of 23 kids with 14 women? Are you really significantly thinking that you're going to get something, anything that you think that it's worth? I mean, like, how much child support do you think you can squeeze out of this man for, you know, a woman that that's had 2 children by him? You know, we'll go with that. You've had 2 children by this man, and you know that he has other children besides yours. I mean, how much do you really think you're going to get that's going to be worth anything, or that's going to actually account for the things that your children need? School supplies, clothes, food, shelter. Think about these type of things before you lay down with any man. That's what you should be doing. But yet instead, these women laid up with a bum, had kids with him. Some of them had kids with him multiple times, and then look to the courts to make him pay them some money, and he goes to jail for anywhere between 2 to 4 years. And yet your kids still get nothing because now their father's locked up. Make better decisions, people. Make better decisions. I'm all about personal responsibility and personal accountability. I've been speaking about that a lot lately in a few of my videos as of late. It's a lot of not bright people. I mean, I really don't have any like nicer way to put it. You know, a lot of people are being very stupid in their daily actions, and these women are just some of those that, you know, are like the epitome of what I'm talking about. You don't have babies by a man with 22 kids. How do you get the? I just it's funny, and yet it's sad at the same time. So, what do you guys think of, you know, the mothers who have kids by men who already have like thousands of kids? Like, how do you get to be the 13th, 14th, 12th, 11th, 10th baby mother? How do you get to that point? How do you feel like, you know, what you were doing was the right thing to do within that particular time? Let me know what you guys think. Get back at me. I look forward to hearing from you and reading your responses. Thanks again for watching Spann TV. Talk to you guys again soon. Peace.